The U.S. president has been pushing to mediate a truce in the Ukraine conflict. U.S. President Donald Trump says he would like to see an agreement with Russia that would put an end to the hostilities in Ukraine. He made the remarks on Tuesday morning speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One while en route to the NATO summit in The Hague. Asked how he would react if the summit's final declaration includes language condemning Russia, Trump said, "I'll have to take a look at it. But, I'd like to see a deal with Russia." Trump also brought up a phone call he'd recently had with Russian President Vladimir Putin, during which Putin offered to facilitate negotiations with Iran. Trump said he didn't need help on that front but emphasized that he was focused on reaching a deal with Moscow to end the Ukraine conflict. Since returning to office in January, Trump has sought to restore ties with Russia that had been largely severed under his predecessor, Joe Biden. Moscow has welcomed the shift and expressed willingness to normalize relations. Trump's diplomatic push helped reboot direct negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, which Kiev abandoned back in 2022, reportedly at the behest of its Western backers. 2 new rounds of talks kicked off in Turkey last month. As a result, the two sides have conducted a series of prisoner exchanges based on an agreement that Moscow and Kiev reached during the second round of direct talks on June 2. Humanitarian exchanges carried out since those negotiations have also included repatriation of the remains of slain soldiers. Russia has returned the remains of over 6,000 Ukrainian troops and received 59 in return. The sides also exchanged draft memorandums outlining their respective visions of a roadmap toward a peace deal. Despite the talks, Kiev has ramped up attacks on Russian territory, including drone strikes on airbases, while recent acts of railway sabotage in Russia's Bryansk and Kursk regions have claimed the lives of 7 people and left scores injured. Moscow has accused Kiev of attempting to undermine negotiations. Trump has voiced frustration with both sides, warning that Washington could impose sanctions on both Russia and Ukraine if the conflict does not come to an end. He has thus far resisted pressure from European leaders to impose new punitive measures on Moscow, saying that levying new restrictions could jeopardize peace talks. Moscow has repeatedly said it is open to talks without preconditions. Putin told the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum